A warm ocean behind the ice wall of Antarctica. Secret photos of another civilization from the 1912 expedition, according to claims. Based on dozens of well-known arguments and reasons, there are well-kept secrets in Antarctica. It could be there may be alien bases, an entrance to Hollow Earth from what some claim, or even an exit to a warm big ocean. The 1912 expedition to Antarctica by the famous British polar explorer of the early 20th century, Robert Scott, ended tragically in 1913. Only a few surviving members of the eminent explorer's team returned to the mainland alive. They brought with them unique photographic material that perhaps shed light on the mythical ice wall, one of the secrets of Antarctica. According to rumors and legends, the wall passes through the entire ice continent. Most of the photographs from Captain Scott's expedition are still kept in the secret British archives in a special department. Only a small part of these images, showing a different civilization behind the ice wall, has recently appeared online. In early December 2022, a few months ago that is, numerous photos, allegedly taken in 1910 to 13 by Robert Scott, the famous British polar explorer and explorer of Antarctica, were once again re-uploaded to the scandalous resource BitChute. The photographs are said to show the landscape behind the ice wall. If you believe these pictures are real, then after the passage of the Antarctic wall and the long journey through the zone of extreme cold, the real south begins: gradual warming, the disappearance of ice, the appearance of vegetation up to forests, and, in the end, a rocky coast opening to the uncharted ocean. And all sorts of artifacts are scattered along this shore, the remains of ancient temples and statues of people, or even some strange creatures. The photos caused another surge of disputes between supporters and opponents of the flat earthers, but the flat earth believers could not scientifically prove their case. On the other hand, supporters of the round earth point out that artificial intelligence can now completely make a movie about the expedition and even insert an interview with Robert Scott or Richard Byrd, Admiral Byrd, who will foretell how bravely he fought with German flying saucers. We're not convinced supporters of either team. We are only interested in the truth, but the truth says the following. Many, if not all of us, asked themselves a simple question: why did these polar explorers have to go through an ordeal of eating ice-cold frozen fish for months, go skiing, get terrible frostbite, and eventually give up with a probability of 9 out of 10? Not a single treasure hunter, not a single Spanish conquistador was so crazy, although they were all risky and courageous people. Risk and suffering should justify themselves, despite the fact that in the case of walking around Antarctica, there were no possible preferences. Well, they'll give you a medal or name a square mile of stones in your honor. They can also issue a diploma, increase in military rank, and assign a small pension in exchange for your frostbites. Now, according to the official version, Robert Scott died on his way back to the Terra Nova, the ship that brought him to Antarctica. However, as unofficial historians found out at the end of the last century, the legendary explorer was most likely killed. Somehow it turned out that all the intermediate stops for the return trip were empty, where someone took away the food, the fuel, and the equipment, and as a result the entire expedition perished. Is it possible? It's possible, of course, that the supplies were devoured by predators, with a capital P, who arrived to hunt for aliens, but for now everyone is thinking about the Terra Nova captain. Robert Scott learned a lot and was not going to keep his mouth shut, so they helped him achieve eternal silence, it could be. There's also maps drawn in time immemorial by the Admiral Piri Reis. Their detailing of the coast and landscapes of Antarctica is amazing, made at least from an infrared satellite which sees the ridges hidden under the ice. And on these maps there is no round Earth, that round Antarctica, but Antarctica is rather a wall stretched along the edge of the map. There are many maps of round Earth from NASA. There's even a photo of around Mars, but it does not bother anyone. Now, this topic fits into a very mysterious series of books by an unknown author who wrote under the pseudonym Hans Ulrich von Krantz. There are a number of confirmations of the seemingly extremely fantastic statements from this series of books, and they turn out to be real facts instead of fiction, so some claim. It's believed that someone well initiated into the secrets of the Fourth Reich found an opportunity in the form of these books to convey some of the information to people, but we must not forget that they are written in a literary genre, which means that every fact must be double-checked, as there will be many fictions for sure. So this is on Collective Spark from Solask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.